bags filled with blankets and biscuits and a knife and whatever soil accompanied us from our various homes, soil that maybe our wives once walked on, though one of the many things I don't know about these men is whether they left behind any ladies. I shake my head a couple of times so I won't start remembering mine. Who I should be thinking about is the men who will be following us. Not just the one Istillicha named, the Clerc, who gets paid by the chief and is some kind of slow bloodhound too fancified to tramp after us provided we tramp far enough, but also the men whose only job is to find slaves who think they're better than slaves. I'm still walking on my master's pass, good for a week, and I'm out of West Florida now where patrols only look for their own lost Negroes, but I am surely leaving a blazing trail behind me. First the horse that went missing, which probably trotted back home to sound the alarm, and then all those bodies stacked in the sand by the creek, with black witnesses in the trees beyond. We talked for half a minute about whether to kill them too, but I said I'd been put where I didn't want to be often enough to know it wasn't their fault they were forced to watch a murder. So we tied them up, strung rope around wrists that I know are so familiar with rope it starts to feel like skin. I gave them a wink, but they didn't wink back. When they come for me, they'll want the story. They'll want to know whether I was stolen by traders, in which case maybe only an ear needs to get lopped off, or whether I ran off with intention, leaving behind a whole family of women whose rights of running are far greater than mine, in which case the body deserves the worst. From skin peeled off, to tongue cut out, to feet set on fire, all of which my daughters will be asked to watch like a bloody pageant. So no, it's not the Clerc I'm worried about. He's a white man from somewhere else. He doesn't know what all a black man who steals himself deserves. I'm just trying to figure what kind of story I can tell that will make my hunters see me as a man. Istillicha, who knows nothing of me beyond my 4 limbs, is taking us to see a doctor who will fix the hole in my arm. He drew a line between bodies that need saving and bodies that didn't. And for some reason my black self wound up on the right side of the line. This is part of what I tell. A quick rain shower comes in the early morning, not hard enough to shoo off the birds that still twitter at us, but just enough water so we start rubbing our hands together, smearing the dirt and the blood off whatever parts of us we can reach. Hold still, I say to Cat, and wipe my sleeve across the back of his neck so that a little of his white skin shines through. Istillicha runs his fingers through his hair and ties it back again in a knot. The rainwater is replacing the creek water. We hear a rumble from far off, not a scary kind, just like the sky was starting to get peckish. But Cat looks quick over at the Indian. "You scared of storms?" I ask. He's like a child that way, though he may have been a murderer long before we were. We're the ones who look after him, wipe his neck, give him food, let him sleep close by so he doesn't get lonely. If I could crack him open and get whatever secrets lying curled up inside, we'd probably spend less time fussing over those sad eyes. There was once a boy on a hunting party, Istillicha says, who heard the same kind of noise and didn't know what it was. The rain catches in my eyelashes, making little bubbles of the road, the pines, the palmetto spikes. I don't brush them off right away, but let them play around with my sight, ballooning some things, washing others away. He went to find the sound, leaving behind his uncles and his brothers, and came upon a creature by a riverbank struggling to breathe. It was thunder, and he had a snake wrapped around his neck. That's the way you take the teeth out of something scary, make it pitiful. Sure enough, Cat's face shrinks, goes from fear to worry. Thunder begged the boy to save him, and the snake begged the boy to help him kill the creature. "Couldn't save both," Cat says, but I can't tell if it's a question. The Indian keeps on.